Hello, today I want to talk to you about the lamp that is in us. The lamp of the body. And Jesus Christ was speaking about the lamp of the body, which he's talked about our eyes and what you see in our eyes in Matthew 6. And I'm going to expound on that a little bit because lately it just was I was so aware of, looking in people's eyes that you could see who they are, because our eyes are like windows and we can look into each other's eyes and we could see what's happening in somebody's life or what's happening inside of them just by looking into their eyes. So we're going to focus on the eyes because Jesus Christ focused on the eyes, and Jesus Christ is the light of the world. So let me read out of Matthew 6 starting in verse 22. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. And that is so true. When we have the light of Jesus Christ and we reflect, because like I already said, our eyes are like the windows to our soul. And people can see if we have invited Jesus Christ, the light of the world, to be in our lives. And if we're dwelling in him and abiding in him, Psalm 21 says those who dwell in the Most High, if we dwell in the shadow of the Most High, we dwell in him and we allow him to dwell in us. The same with John 15, abide in him. We're abiding in him and he's abiding in us. So there is a union, there's a coming together. And so when that happens, when he literally dwells in us and we have made him our dwelling place, then people can detect that in our eyes, because the light of Jesus Christ will be in our eyes, will be shining out of our eyes. And I talk about the glory of God risen upon us much, but it's also in our eyes. So I want to focus on the eyes today. So and it's about what you're focusing on. If your eyes is steadfast and you're gazing upon the things of God, and you're gazing upon eternity, and you're gazing upon the mighty, wonderful, fiery eyes of Jesus Christ, that is what's going to be filled up inside of you. And your eyes will be good, and you will look at good things. You will look at good reports. You will listen to good reports. And so the goodness of God is going to ooze out of you, and others will notice it. When your eyes are clear, then you will see even. You look at clearly at things. And Jesus says if you look at something with a clear gaze, with an open gaze, with a merciful gaze, with a gracious gaze. Sometimes we say, oh, look at that person's eyes. What a graceful eye they have. What a graceful gaze they have. You could tell they have soft eyes. They have open eyes. They have light eyes. And so people notice it, what comes out of our eyes. So even Jesus was talking about that. Then you will discover light, colors, and much good. Whatever you focus on, whatever you gaze upon, that will come, and you will see colors. You will discover things in people's eyes, and could see the light in them. You could detect what God is doing in their lives just by looking at somebody's eyes. And some people, they seem to stare in your eyes, but that might be because they're searching in your eyes. They're having a searching heart and looking what's happening in your eyes. They're looking to see what's happening in your soul. And on the other part in verse 23, Matthew 6, verse 23, Jesus said, but if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? So he's trying to say here, to have the good gaze, looking at good things, full of the light of Jesus Christ, or you just have a mistrusting, a resentful look. And I've seen that on people, a prideful look. You know, their look, you could look into their eyes and you could see that there's darkness. And it's the same for us. If you only focus on the bad reports, if you only focus on the things they did that and they're doing this and they shouldn't be doing that, then you come with a resentment, with a bitter heart sometimes. And it says, you know, when we have bitterness in our hearts, it's springing forth. And it is going to defile others. And we literally could see it in people's eyes. We could see what's happening inside of them. So I just want to leave you with that, because and with one question, what are you looking upon? What is your gaze? What are you fixing your gaze on? Do you have the light of Jesus Christ in you? And is it coming out of you? Are your words seasoned? And you know, because the Lord said, if you just release words, and if they're seasoned words, if they're salty words, because we're the light of the world, and we're also the salt of the earth. So just think about it, if you're still salty, because if you give them a little bit of salt, the more they want. So I leave you with that, but I pray that God will speak to you, that the Holy Spirit will reveal things to you, the things that I've spoken about, the things that Jesus Christ was speaking about, the darkness that could be in us, but also the light, the beautiful light of Jesus Christ that can ooze out of you. And your eyes are windows. You know what I see you? I see you. I look into your eyes and I see who you are. And that's the truth. God bless you.